Yes, I feel sweet emotions every time I'm in you, every time you are near. I said I feel sweet emotions every time I'm in you, every time you are near.
So I've just come back from a bar fitness class. It was the first bar class I've done, and it was so much fun. It kind of was a bit of like Pilates, ballet, cardio. It was very intense, very tough. I was sweating so much, but it felt so good afterwards. I think that's by far maybe my favorite class I've been to. It's also the most expensive, of course it is. But because I'm on that class pass trial, it's free for me at the moment, but just looking ahead, it is the most expensive. But I love the class. The teacher was amazing. She was so much fun, and she was so really pushing you to do your best. So I felt really good. And on the way back from that class, I didn't manage to film anything when I was in the class. It felt a bit awkward. There was like a room full of people, so I didn't do it. But on the way back, I walked past a church that was doing an op shop, so a sort of pop-up charity shop, and I went inside to have a look, and I found some really good bits. I actually, when I was on my way to the gym, to the class, I did see the line already for people lining up to get in, and I was like, what is going on? And then I realized it was for the charity shop. So I think next time I'm going to be there super early, because there were some really good bits and super bargains. So I think I spent a total of $14. So that's £8. And I really want to show you the things I got, because it is obviously worth a lot more than the $14. So these are the goodies, all this for $14. And as you can see, so each volunteer had a different stall, so they all gave different prices. So a lady that was selling sort of homeware, cookery things, I grabbed I don't think I ever showed you the things I got from the charity shop in my last video, but I basically got a cup and a half cup stainless steel measuring cups, and this, I don't know if you can see, but it's a quarter cup. So I'm slowly building a stainless steel set. So that and the drying rack, because we are in desperate need of it, for $1. All this for $1, which is fantastic. I then got some Lululemon activewear, some yoga pants, and a North Balance top. I've already tried them on and they fit perfectly. I really like how comfy these are. So these were $5. And then this top, which I really like actually, was $3. So super good brands, and so $8 there for the activewear. And then finally, some cookbooks. So because I want to start studying about holistic health, I quickly grabbed this one that was gut health, and I flicked through it, and I was sort of on the fence of whether or not to get it or not, but I did, because I just thought that the recipes were really unique. Like, for example, this pork stuffed bitter lemons. I've never heard of something like that before, so I thought that'd be quite fun to try. And similarly with this one, it was more in tune to try and have healthy hormones, so to balance the hormones. And again, some fantastic recipes. So I think the two cookbooks were $5. So that's 5, 8, and then 1, 14. So yeah, super happy. Very good.
Releasing back to control there is awesome. They really stump up.
Yesterday we went and had a look at some pots and pans, because we needed some. At the moment we've got some that were Jacob's sisters, so my sister-in-law. We went to Victoria's basement and we spent about hour and a half, I think. It was definitely over an hour, just looking at all the brands and all the pots, all the sizing. It was so time consuming. There were just so many options. But eventually we made a decision, and I thought I'd show you the pots that we bought. So first up is, I haven't actually taken them out of the box yet, but we bought this frying pan, and it's from a brand called Scan Pan. So I'll take it out of the box now because actually we haven't actually seen this particular one. But the benefit of this one is that it's got a copper base. And Jacob was having a look, and the benefits of copper in a frying pan or in your pots and pans is that it distributes the heat evenly. So it's quicker actually. So you'll find that when you're cooking, it's sort of the heat is distributed evenly over everything rather than maybe over the center or around the edges, depending on the type of hob that you have. So we definitely wanted to have the copper base, especially in the frying pan, because usually in pots you can distribute it by, obviously you mix things around when you're cooking. Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. There you go. So this is the 28 centimeter frying pan, and actually it's a very good size. We're gonna obviously look after it very well. That's the frying pan. We also bought from the same brand a slightly bigger pot. So this one was a steamer. The sizing of this pot is actually quite good because I can make broth with this one, so it's more of a broth pan because it's deeper and taller. How do you open this? So let's open it. Here we go. So see, it's bigger than my head, just as a sizing reference. It has two compartments, so it's got all the plastic in the world, annoyingly. It's got the steamer, which is handy, but it also has another one that's meant to be for pasta. There we go. So that's that. Goes in here. There we go. I really like the style of these ones. They're kind of sleek, very nice, smooth, stainless steel. This one didn't have the copper base, so it was just a standard stainless steel. Finally, we bought a medium-sized pot because that would be sort of our everyday. We were wanting another medium pot, so it was kind of like in between this size and the one I'm about to show you. But we decided against it just now because we'll see how we get on with using the ones we have, because they're very expensive. So we don't have, although we had a budget on how much we wanted to spend with these pots and pans. So it's not horrible. We're still within the budget, even if we went with the other ones. This particular one is an enamel, and it will match my KitchenAid because it's a KitchenAid pot. So this one is a 20 centimeter, 3.7 liters, which is actually slightly bigger than the scan pan that we had initially seen. But here we go. So it's quite deep. So that's literally going to be our everyday pot. It's a very good size, and yeah, very happy with this pot. So those are three little pots that I just wanted to show you before we start cooking with them. So hopefully will last us a long time. Okay. It's a Saturday and I started my day at another class. I signed myself up to a spin class this time round, and it was different. It definitely was a lot harder than I thought. So I didn't really do much with the tension. Every time like the teacher, constructor, whatever, would tell us to put our tension up, I would be like, I'm not doing that. It was really hard, but it was just different and I enjoyed it. So I might do it again. I might not do it at that studio. I wasn't too keen. It had a bit of a moldy smell because it was like in the basement. So I don't think I'd want to go there again. But after that, we then went and did our, sorry, you might be hearing the washing machine. We're just doing our washing. And it's just about to spin, so I've decided to do this at the minute that started. Let's see. Yeah, it's be quiet. And And then we went and did our food shop, and because it's February now, we decided to do a monthly shop. We get 10% off Woolies every month, so we obviously plan to get that on our monthly one. So I'll show you what we got. We went and got our veggies from a different shop this time around. We went to one called Forestville or Forest Way, I think it was called. So I'll start with that. Hopefully you can hear me. And so this is what we got from that shop. And the bad thing about this store is that a lot of it is completely wrapped in plastic, and they're using these black trays, which are so, I think it's polystyrene as well. So they're absolutely awful. So I think I'm gonna try and reach out to them to find out if they can actually find an alternative, or why their reason for there's so much plastic is, because yeah, it's annoying. But the reason that they've got all these in plastic is because it's mainly their reduced section. So they had a whole reduced bar, so most of these things are reduced, which was a positive from buying there, because the produce was quite expensive. So we got some grapes, some red onion, a cauliflower that we needed, some heirloom tomatoes, which we've already tried one, which was the most ripe, which was delicious. So it's not here. Some celery, bok choy, because we're going to try and make ramen. Some peppers, beetroot, some plums for just to snack on for me, my avocado for the week, some spinach, so all this spinach, some kale, and some organic milk, some bone broth, that's beef, that's also, we're going to use that for the ramen, and then just some eggs, because we need quite a few this week. So that's from that shop. And now this is our monthly / weekly shop, but mainly monthly. So we just stocked up on a few of the other bits. We got some organic self-raising flour, because we were running low on that, some raw sugar instead of just a caster sugar, some rice. Down here is just the plain flour. We've now switched to trying the organic just because it's better for the soil. Then we got some organic olives. Down here is some mayo, although again, annoyingly, it's in a plastic bottle, which I don't know why they haven't got it in glass. They've made it look like if it's in glass, but it's not. Another olive oil, some prune juice here that I like to put in the shots that I had from Magic Mind and just take them to work. So I drink that every day. That, and then there's one here, but I'll get to it. We've got some coconut milk. These actually were better than the organic one. So this one was literally just cleaner ingredients. So it was just 89 coconut kernel extract and just water, which is perfect. We also stocked up on some toothpaste, which were on special again. These were also on special. Some reusable pads. So I've not actually used the pads, I've used the underwear, but that's actually quite good. Some matches to start lighting the candles that we've got. And then just general tins of tomatoes and beans. So we've got diced and plum or peeled cannellini beans. What other type of beans did we get? Oh, pinto beans. But yeah, I think that was literally it. So 2 cannellini and 1 pinto. We also got this because it comes in handy when baking. And in the charity shop, it actually wasn't much of a difference in price. Then we got some pastas, so some penne, spaghettis, quite a few. This one was an interesting spaghetti. This one was black ink, I think. It sounded very fancy, so maybe we'll do like a seafood spaghetti that can go with that. Then got some lasagna sheets, which will be quite good to start making a lasagna. And up the back here, we've got this. So we're very stocked up on pastas. I then got myself some buckwheat flour and some oats. We got ourselves some crisps, some pomegranate juice, 2 butters. These are grass-fed and pasture-raised, so that was nice. Some cream cheese, because we're going to try and make a coconut cake as our treat this weekend. Some tofu for the ramen tomorrow, and then some spring onion. We got them from Woolies instead of because they were actually cheaper there than at the farm shop we went to. So that's that's that. Hello everyone. It's been a while actually since I've picked up my phone to film, but we've got a gig tonight, so I thought it'd be actually quite a good excuse, not actually a good excuse, good reason to film and vlog. And so I'll take you with me. It's after work, and so we're gonna go see the Kooks, so that'll be exciting. I'm just gonna go and meet Jacob for a drink and then head over. I think they come on at 9 p.m, which is our bedtime usually, but it's something to do. Actually quite chilly as well. As you can see from the sky, it looks like Voldemort's coming. But yeah, so I didn't bring a jacket. I'm okay at the moment, but I feel like it might get a bit cold after the gig's finished, so I'm gonna be like, ah. But yeah, I'm excited, so I'll let you know how that goes.
She was such a good girl to me. Yes, I feel sweet emotions every time I'm in you, every time you are near. She knows I'm not forgotten. You are from my way. She's still out to get me.
Orange,
Yeah.
the green,
Yeah.
which blue?
Maybe one of these ones. That one maybe. Hi everyone. It's actually been a very long time since I've last vlogged. The reason actually has been that I've been logged out of my YouTube account, and because I've now moved to Sydney, the phone that I had in order for me to log in again is my UK number. So it's taken a little while to get that back up and running again. So I wanted to just basically catch you up on maybe what's been happening. I know I filmed a few clips in that video that you would have seen without much commentary and context. So I know that it started with just some clips of me going to a candle making class, which was a lot of fun actually. I went by myself and it was really nice. I met a couple of girls there who I chatted to during the session, and yeah, we got on quite well. We made little shell candles that were all sustainably sourced, and it was just such a beautiful evening. I think our ticket included a drink and a platter of nibbles. So yeah, it was all very delicious, lots of fruit and nuts and cheeses. It was such a nice evening. So I'm so glad I did that. I then also did a beach cleanup. I've actually been to 2 beach cleanups since I last filmed, both hosted by this same guy. And as an incentive, he makes you a coffee once you've done collecting any of the rubbish that you find on the beach. It's such nice coffee too, so it's motivated me to go again. The second time I went and did a beach cleanup was for World Cleanup Day. So that day, I think the guy that usually does it was collaborating with like a big brewery, so they gave us free beer vouchers, so that was a lot of fun too. Another exciting thing I did, actually, I took my husband, because I saw that the girls' bathroom were coming over to Sydney, so I was so excited that obviously they were coming here. I'm a listener of their podcast. I absolutely love their podcast, and I love watching Cinzia's and Sophia's vlogs as well. So it was nice to know that they were coming to Sydney. So I obviously wanted to go. So as soon as I actually mentioned it to my husband, he was like, "Oh, I can go if you want me to." And I was like, yes, 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 yes. We booked that in and we went on I think it was a Monday or Thursday night. I can't quite remember, but I think it was a Monday night. And it was held at the ICC in Darling Harbour. And yeah, it was actually pretty packed with everyone there. So it was very nice. There were a few people that brought along their partners. So he wasn't the only guy there. But yeah, it was really fun. I had lots of laughs. And although I felt like the second half was slightly better than the first, felt a bit forced, like the first one. The dilemma just kept on going and going. And also some of the dilemmas, I was in shock to hear like what some girls have to go through. Like I like some of the dilemmas, and a lot of them were dilemmas from members of the public, like of the audience that were there. So to just hear some of those dramas, I'm just like, oh boy. We then ended the month with actually this wasn't too long ago, it was just I think maybe a couple of weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago. Goodness, time has flown. But we went and watched the rugby, which again, you would have probably seen. So that was very fun too. And I always end up going for the opposite team that my husband supports. There was so much lively, and I think we were sitting in an area where there was a lot more Fijian supporters. So I got more into the Fiji side than I did for Australia. But that was a lot of fun. So there was a lot of fun banter between me and him going on that day. Finally, another thing that I probably showed and didn't give much context to was when we went to the shop to browse the pottery pieces that they had. We went to this studio, or not studio, it's a shop, very boutiquey, and they're called Mud. I think I'll save the bits that I got for the next video, because there's a piece that I kind of want to put on a table, which we currently don't have. This is where I'm currently sitting. So hopefully by the time I publish this and then vlog the next video, we should have a table, and I therefore can show you the piece that we bought to go on it. So I thought I'd save that for then. But yeah, we got some really nice bits, very colourful, very funky colours. It was such a nice little treat to get stuff from there. We do need to be really careful with them, because obviously they're pottery and they're very delicate. So yeah, I'm quite prone to breaking plates. My mum, if you're watching this, you know that I like to break things. So I need to be really careful with those particular items, because they were pricey. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thank you so much, and thanks for your patience for not having a video update in a while. And I hope I see you next time in my next video. Thank you, and see you next time.